ignite, stay and play, it's game night.
Welcome to Wizards Whimsy. I'm your host, Patrick. Thank you for joining me today. We're taking a look at Temur Roar. It is the precon from Tarkir Dragonstorm, and we're doing an upgrade. We're taking 18 cards out and adding 18 cards in. Now, if this is the type of content that you like to see, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and share this video out so that your friends can see it as well. And make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you think about this video or what you'd like to see in future videos. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. 18 cards in, 18 cards out. So the first thing we're going to look at are the cards that I'm taking out. And then I'm taking 18 cards out and then putting 18 cards in. So the first card that I'm taking out is Varric's Bladewing. It is a 4-drop, 4/4 legendary dragon. It has Kicker 3, meaning you may pay an additional 3 mana when you cast it. It has flying, and whenever it enters, if it was kicked, you create Korok's Bladewing, a legendary 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. I took out one of the new cards from the Commander deck, Zenith Festival. It is X and red. It is a sorcery. Exile the top X cards of your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn. And it has Harmonize X red, where with Harmonize, you can tap a creature and reduce the cost of the spell by that creature's power. Now, again, the reason why I got rid of this one is because it's exiling, so you don't have opportunity to use those cards if you cannot cast them. You just lose them. And I'd prefer to be able to play all the cards that are in my deck if possible. Skargan Hellkite is a 5-drop dragon, 4/4. It has Riot. So when this creature enters, it enters with your choice of a +1/+1 counter on it or haste. It has flying and it has pay 4. This creature deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. Activate only if this creature has a +1/+1 counter on it. Opportunistic Dragon is a 4-drop dragon, 4/3, has flying, and when this creature enters, choose target human or artifact an opponent controls. For as long as this creature remains on the battlefield, gain control of that permanent. It loses all abilities, and it can't attack or block. I took out Farseek. It is a 2-drop sorcery. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Rapid Hybridization is a 1-drop instant. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. That creature's controller creates a 3/3 green frog lizard creature token. Now, the main reason I took this removal piece out is because I didn't want to give my opponents a body. If I remove their creature, I want it gone, and I don't want it replaced by something else. So that is the main reason that I took this card out. Delaware Stone. It is a 2-drop artifact. Add 1 mana to your mana pool of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Again, I took this one out. I did replace it with another mana rock, but because of the limitations on the colors, I decided that it'd be best to go ahead and remove this one. I also took out 1 mountain, so instead of 37 lands, we were running 36 lands in the deck. I took out Steel Hellkite, this 6-drop artifact creature dragon 5/5 that has flying. Pay 2, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, or it has pay X, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by this creature this turn. Activate once each turn. It is very limited on what you can destroy, so that is why I went ahead and took this out. Vengeful Ancestor. This is a 4-drop creature spirit dragon. It is a 3/4. It has flying. Whenever Vengeful Ancestor enters the battlefield or attacks, goad target creature. Whenever a goaded creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to its controller. Rapacious Dragon is a 5-drop, 4 generic and a red dragon, 3/3, flying. When this creature enters, create 2 treasure tokens. Now, the main reason that I took this one out is because when it enters, it creates 2 treasure tokens, and then that's it. It's a 3/3 body for 5. You do get the 2 treasure tokens, but without some kind of blink effect, it's pretty much one and done, so I went ahead and took this creature out. Draconic Lore is a 6-drop. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a dragon. Draw 3 cards. It is an instant. Again, I removed this one I feel that we have plenty of draw in the deck, and it really don't need this for a 6-drop. I mean, at best you can get it for a 4-drop. Terrain Mauler is a 3-drop creature shapeshifter. It is a 2/2. It is changeling. This card is every creature type. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Harbinger of the Hunt is a 5-drop, 3 generic, a red and a green dragon, 5/3. It has flying. It has pay 2 and a red. This creature deals 1 damage to each creature without flying, or pay 2 and a green. This creature deals 1 damage to each other creature with flying. Again, unless I have a lot of open mana, this is probably not going to get rid of the creatures that I want to remove. And if I'm dealing with other dragon decks, I'll be wiping my board too, as well as theirs. Breaching Dragonstorm, this 5-drop enchantment. Whenever this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if that spell's mana value is 8 or less. If you don't, put that card into your hand. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Again, it's exiling cards that you do not get to use. It's pretty much your lands. You're going to exile all your lands. You're not going to be able to play them. It doesn't put them back into the library. So again, I felt that this was a good card to cut. Dragonlord Atarka is a 7-drop, 5 generic, a red and a green, legendary creature, elder dragon, 8/8. Has flying and trample. When Dragonlord Atarka enters, it deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control. Again, I felt just coming in and just dealing that 5 damage really wasn't enough. So at 7 mana, there's other cards that I could run for less or equal that I felt would be more impactful for this deck. Territorial Hellkite is a 4-drop creature dragon, 6/5, flying and haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose an opponent at random. That Territorial Hellkite didn't attack during your last combat. Territorial Hellkite attacks that player this combat if able. If you can't choose an opponent this way, tap Territorial Hellkite. Limiting to who I can attack, I really felt that I didn't want this card. Kadama's Reach, it is a 3-drop sorcery, arcane. It is search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. Those are the 18 cards that I removed. Now let's go and take a look at the 18 cards that I added in. So we took a total of 18 cards out. We're putting 18 in. We're going to go over the 10 creature cards that we added back. We took 10 creatures out. We're putting 10 creatures in. We're keeping the creature count at 34. So the first one that we added was Urini, the Song of Unending. It is an 8-drop, 5 and Temur. That is a green, blue, and a red. It is a legendary creature spirit dragon. It is a 10/10. It has flying, protection from white and from black. When Urini enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. So the later that you play this, with the more lands that you have out, the more creatures you're going to be able to remove. So that is one thing that I really like about this card, is because it kind of scales with your mana base as far as what you can remove. Stormscale Scion is a 6-drop, 4/4 dragon flying. Other dragons you control get +1/+1. And it has Storm. When you cast this spell, copy it. For each spell cast before it this turn, copies become tokens. So if you cast 3 spells before you cast this one, well, you get those additional copies of this card, so you'll be able to buff your creatures. So the more spells that you can cast before you cast this, the better off your board state will be and the bigger your creatures will be. The Gur Island Dragon is a 6-drop, 4/4 flying ward 2 dragon. It has an omen on it. Skimming Strike is a 2-drop, 1 generic, and a blue instant. Tap up to 1 target creature, draw a card, then shuffle this card into your owner's library. So again, you can cast this for the omen, tap something down, draw a card. Then later on, when you draw it, if you need the creature side, you can cast it, or you can continue to use it to draw cards. So it is a repeatable draw effect, That is why I put this card in there. Plus, it has flying in Ward 2. And Ward 2 is something that is significant because it costs an additional 2 mana to target this from your opponent. So, again, I felt that this was a good add into the deck. Sunset Strike Master is a 2-drop creature human monk, a 3/1. It has tap, add a red mana, or you can pay 3, 2 generic and a red, tap, and sacrifice this creature. It deals 6 damage to target creature with flying. So as long as your opponent's dragons or flying creatures are 6 or less, you can actually sacrifice this creature to remove that creature from the battlefield. So it's a removal and it's also a mana dork. I felt that this was a very good add, especially since we are in red in Temur. So this was probably one of my first adds that I decided I was going to put in there. Magmatic Hellkite is a 4-drop, 2 generic, 2 red, 4/5 flying. When this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Its controller searches their library for a basic land card, puts it onto the battlefield tapped with a stun counter on it, then shuffles. Temur Battlecrier is a 3-drop. It is Temur, a green, blue, or red creature, Orc Ranger 4/3. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. The more creatures that you have out that are 4 or greater, the more the cost reduction is. So you could end up paying just the colored mana for spells in your deck. Rune Scale Stormbrood is a 4-drop, 3 generic red, flying 2/4 dragon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell or a dragon spell, this creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. This creature also has an omen on it. So it has Chilling Screech, which is a 2-drop, 1 generic and a blue instant. Counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. So a lot of your mana rocks, a lot of mana dorks, you can hit a lot of key cards with this, and then you get to shuffle it back in so that you can draw it and use it later on. So, I felt this was a great upside because you can use it multiple times. And then if you really need to, you can drop the dragon and, all your non-creature spells or dragon spells buff this creature on the front end. So I felt this was a good, upside card and decided that this should be put in. Bloomvine Regent is a 5-drop. It is 3 generic and 2 green. Flying dragon 4/5. Whenever this creature or another dragon you control enters, you gain 3 life. It also has an omen on it. It's a sorcery. Claim Territory is a 3-drop, 2 generic and a green. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards, reveal them, put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. You'll also shuffle this omen in so that you can use it on later turns for either the creature or the omen. Sagu Wildling is a 5-drop, 4 generic and a green dragon, 3/3. It has flying. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. It also has an omen, which is a sorcery. It is Roost Seek. It is 1 green mana. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. I took out the ramp spells, but as you can see, I added reusable ramp spells back into the deck. Meringue River Regent is a 6-drop, 4 generic, 2 blue. It is a dragon, 6/7. It has flying. When this creature enters, return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hand. It also has a omen on it. Coil and Catch. It is a 4-drop instant, 3 generic and a blue. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Then you'll shuffle this back in. So again, it's a reusable draw effect. So whenever I took the draw spell out, I made sure that I added something in that will let me draw the cards, but also is a body that will let me bounce a couple of permanents to their owner's hands. All right, so we're going to take a look at the 8 non-creature cards that I added, and that'll be a total of 18 cards taken out and 18 cards added. The first one is Snakeskin Veil. It is a single green instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn. So if there's a creature that you want to keep on the battlefield and someone's trying to use spot removal, play this and it protects it, plus it gives it a +1/+1 counter. Dragonback Assault is a 6-drop enchantment. It is 3 generic and Temur, so that is green, blue, red. When this enchantment enters, it deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So yes, it does hurt your field as well as your opponents, but it also has the added bonus of it has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Dragonstorm Globe is a 3-drop artifact. Each dragon you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. It has tap, add 1 mana of any color. Dragonclaw Strike. It is one of the hybrid cards. It is either 2 generic, 2 generic, 2 generic, or you can pay Temur, which is green, blue, red, or a combination thereof. So it can cost you as little as 3 mana or as much as 6 mana. Double the power and toughness of target creature you control until end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Each deals damage equal to its power to the other. So again, notice that it says up to 1. So you can choose not to have it fight so that your big creature can just swing in and they'll have to put more creatures in front of it to block it. Royal Procession is a 2-drop green-blue instant. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So this is one of those ways that we can get something back from our graveyard. And it's not something that uses the harmonize mechanic. So again, it's just a good way to get a card back from the graveyard to our hand so that we can replay it. Sarkhan's Resolve is a 2-drop instant. Choose one. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn, or destroy target creature with flying. With Tarkir Dragonstorm being out, a lot of decks you're going to see are going to be dragons. So this is one way that you can deal with those dragons by destroying a target creature with flying. Dracogenesis is a 8-drop, 6 generic and 2 red. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana cost. So this is probably the most expensive card to add to the deck. I think it's like 30 bucks. I went ahead and added this because the deck's creature base is mainly dragons. So therefore, being able to cast those spells without paying their mana cost is nothing but a upside. The final card that I added was Herd Heirloom. It is a 2-drop artifact. It has tap, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. It also has tap until end of turn. Target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So again, I wanted to keep some draw in and I wanted to have reusable draw. So I added this in. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you found it informative and enjoyable. And I hope it gave you some ideas on how you can upgrade your Temur Roar deck. And again, I just used cards from Tarkir Dragonstorm. I didn't look, to cards from the past or anything like that. I did not, spend a bunch of time and look at, how can I optimize the mana base or anything like that. Wanted to keep it at a bracket 2 level just because it just seemed like a fun way to upgrade it. And it seemed like it'd probably be the best way to upgrade it as cheap as possible. Now, I did choose one card that's very expensive, 30 bucks, but you can leave that one out or add it. If you actually are opening the product and you actually open that product, well, definitely throw it in there. There's plenty of cards that I left on the cutting room floor that I felt could have been added, but decided not to. So if you want to see a more optimized deck, make sure you leave that in the comments section below, and I will optimize the mana base, I'll optimize the artifacts and the creature base to be a faster deck and probably compete in a bracket 3 to bracket 4 level. If that is something that you're interested in, just let me know. If you're looking for sealed magic products, I do have links in the description below to Amazon. I am an Amazon associate, so any of those links that you use, if you make any purchases using those links, I do get a small commission for sending you to Amazon to make those purchases, but it does not increase the cost to you at all. It's just a way of them saying thanks to me for sending you there so that you could make those purchases. So if there's anything in the description below that you like, click that link, check it out, and if you like it, buy it. If not, don't buy it. Either way, I hope it helps you out and helps you find, some of that sealed product that you're looking for. Now, until next time, keep slinging those spells.
It's time to brew, slinging spells, making mischief too. Wizards, whimsy, a little bit of news, battlefields too, crazy brews. Mana's flow and sparks ignite, stay and play, it's game.